Hello everyone, Hawaii 50 here. I'm going to be going away for the next 6 weeks. I wanted to give you all an update before I left on the diver's den fish. We've got the betta fish in quarantine on his own at this point. The reason being for that is he's just not an aggressive enough eater for me to feel comfortable with him going into the display tank at this point. When he was in here with the harlequin tusk and the Bella angelfish, it really was hard to guarantee that he would eat every time. So the other two fish, the harlequin and the bellas, have been in the display tank now for about 2 weeks, and since that time this guy's actually become quite an aggressive eater. So he's coming out for food rather than just letting it pass him by. He's aggressively stalking large chunks of food as well when it's put in here, whereas previously he wasn't doing any of that. So he's going to remain in here until I get back, and I'll then reassess him and see if he's display tank ready. If not, I might actually give him away to my sister-in-law, who's looking to get into the hobby, and I think this guy would be a good starter fish for her, but because of them being such a hardy fish. And it's a little bit of a shy fish as well, so he'd be a good fish to go in as a first inhabitant of a display tank. So we're going to leave this guy now, and we are going to go downstairs and take a look at the display tank for one last time before I leave. Alright guys, here we are down at the display tank. Start with the Bella, so she's right there in the middle. She's been doing really well. She had a bit of a rough couple days where the clownfish picked on her to a level that I hadn't seen two fish so determined to make another fish's life misery. But after 3 days it stopped, and she's just about fully healed. She's still got some scarring on her, but again, it's healing, so she'll be okay, and she can now swim in the tank without them harassing her in any way, so really happy with that. The harlequin tusk, he is just awesome. He's gotten so big, and he's only been in the display tank for 2 weeks. I can't believe how much he's grown in just 2 weeks. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to look like when I get back after 6 weeks. I can't believe how lucky I got really with getting this fish. I still have yet to see any more juvenile harlequin tusk fish on Diver's Den, so I'm so glad I got him. The Antheus fish are doing really well. Out of the 4, they're all still rocking. One of them gave me a bit of a scare a few weeks back, where there was only 3 of them for about 24 hours, and then sure enough, breakfast time the next day, the 4th one was out, so that was nice. With regards to coral growth, I'm really happy with how things are going right now. I finally, still a work in progress, but I finally tweaked the lights again to a point where I've noticed an increase in growth and coloration and things like that, so I'm really happy. For those of you who don't know, I have the Radions, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who have struggled with kind of finding that sweet spot on them for yourselves. My advice to you guys would be, forget what everyone else is doing and just start from a lower setting and work your way up over the course of the next couple of weeks, and just adjust that percentage by 10% each time and monitor your corals. That's all I can recommend. I unfortunately went, I was low, and then I went way up, and then I went way down, and I think I was my own worst enemy because I was too busy seeing what other people were doing and trying to replicate their schedules. It doesn't work that way with these lights. You have to fine-tune them specific to your tank. There is a certain element of coral placement as well that goes along with that, so bear that in mind when you are configuring your radials. One piece of bad news that's going on with the tank right now is I have a pretty severe green bubble algae issue. As you can see, they'll use this rock as Exhibit A. I don't really know what I can do, because taking out the rocks and cleaning them isn't an option, and getting in there with a siphon and a chisel, again, is not something I really want to do, but it might come to that. The other option is a grazing or an algae eating fish, There's a couple tangs out there that are known to eat green bubble algae as well as rabbitfish. The problem with this green bubble algae is that it's growing in crevices, so it's not exactly out and about in easy to reach areas. So I kind of feel like something like a long nose butterfly fish or a copper band or even a yellow tang would need to get in there, would need to have that kind of mouth and nose to get in there and get at that green bubble algae. So I'm going to do a bit more research on that. The issue that I have with adding another fish to the tank is that with the marine beta kind of sitting on standby, I really think I've reached my fish limit, so to speak, in this tank, and I'd be really cautious about adding another fish. So we'll just have to see. I kind of want to give fish a break and concentrate on the corals and their growth, because I don't feel like adding any new fish now will be beneficial in any way. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the beta fish, and we'll see what happens with the green bubble algae as well, because now that I've reduced the lights a little bit more, we'll see what that does to them. So watch this space. Last piece of news, and you guys are probably going to roll your eyes at this, but I'm going to be upgrading the tank. We're going to upgrade it to a 220, and I'm going to do it in about a year's time. So the 220 will basically, it's going to have 2 internal overflows, so I won't need this massive gap at the back of the tank that I have for this tank for the external overflows. It'll fill in, to the left here by the banister, and then it will fill in a little bit more, just 2 inches I think, on this wall. And because of it being an internal overflow, I'm only going to actually need another 2 inches protruding out this way to make up for that additional 6 inches. So that'll be really good. I'm really excited about that, because there's a lot of, and the reason why I want to do the upgrade is because there's a lot of fish that I really want to have that I just can't keep in this tank. I'm looking primarily at the larger angelfish and tangs and things like that. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Just not sure what I'm going to do with this tank yet. That's another whole other project in itself, really. So yeah, we're going to keep this guy running for a year though, and we'll see how we go. So guys, I will see you back again in 6 weeks time, and we'll see how my tank sitter did, my wife, while I was away, and hopefully I won't be reporting any major disasters or anything like that, and we'll see nothing but growth and healthy corals and healthy fish, and the green bubble algae gone completely. Alright guys, thanks for watching, see you soon, bye.